Hello friends. Now let us take up the concept number 4.6, user friendly input. In this concept I want to tell you one very important element which is required for all prospective programmers. Actually we are living in a customer oriented world. Customer or user is our VIP. So when a customer purchases either a system or service, you should get 100% benefit out of that. You should not feel that he purchased a headache. Understand? So we have to provide our best services to the customer. Especially this principle is applicable for all software programmers. They have to develop user friendly systems. Actually in the society, many people, most people, big large majority people have some dismay or diffidence towards using electronic systems, computer systems and all that. With a lot of dismay, they may use it. The user may be a doctor or doctorate, but he may be new to a computer system. That's why, obviously, with a lot of diffidence or dismay, they use the system. If it is so user friendly and all, then they can comfortably use. One time, if they are successful, they love it and they start using it very easily, just like that. But in the first attempt, they fail and all that, they develop a negativity towards that. Understand? Here, qualification is immaterial because you may be a great doctor, but he never used an ATM, bank ATM. Understand? Because there are several options. Which option I have to do, what to do, first attempt or second attempt. It is a little difficult. Once he realize that that is good, that is wonderful system, different thereafter, just like that he can use. So, what type of systems we have to develop? We have to develop user friendly systems. User should not face any hassle in using the system. If he commits the mistake also, the system should guide him. ATM, bank ATM is the best example. Suppose how user friendly it is. Now, generation to generation, you find the ATMs, they have become very user friendly. Suppose you wanted 2550, then if you type this amount, actually it can deliver only multiples of hundreds, but you may not aware of that. But you want 2550 and you type 2550, then it politely gives you a message, and you can withdraw money in multiples of 100. Then you may draw 2500 or 2600. Suppose you are expecting 10,000 rupees balance in your account because 4 days back you deposited some checks and all that. You thought that those were realized, and then 10,000 rupees balance. Actual balance is 2,000 only. The worth of 8,000 checks were not collected. So, in view of this 10,000 balance, you would like to draw 8,000 rupees. Then, then actually balance is not there. Then it gives you a message, insufficient balance. Please check your balance. Then it gives you an option to you to check your balance, and subject to that you can same run you can use, and you can according to the balance available, you can draw the money. In that way, many user friendly features are being introduced that gives a confidence for a layman. So whatever system, whatever service we are providing in view of the layman, this is not only applicable to software field, but every field. I am a teacher. I can teach only to the intelligent student means I am not a complete teacher. So I labeled it, I am a zero based teacher. Anybody, he may be doctor or doctorate or 10th class student, it makes no difference for me. So because I teach everything from the scratch. In the same manner, whenever you are developing mainly public utility systems like ATM, kiosks and all that, always you have to take into consideration of the standard of the user. Always think the basic presumption is user is a layman. He does not know anything about the system. So, what way you have to develop interactive statement, prompt statements, and what type of mistakes you may commit, what type of prompt statement you have to, alert statement you have to give to rectify, how to uphold a confidence toward the working of the system. These are the basic considerations being a programmer you must have. Okay, sometimes you feel that you did everything right, but it may go wrong. Such type of cases are also there. So, in this context, I am giving you one program, and you may not notice it. Sometimes, if the customer user gives the right input also, it may give unexpected result. So, through this program we can see that. Now you see a simple program. Actually, in many systems, many programs and all that, it asks you for options, yes or no, male or female. Like that, it gives you options, you have to select that. That is the case here. You have to decide the sex. So, M represents male, F represents female. That is the code you are using. Now, some customer actually is a male, he entered M. Actually, on keyboard you can find only capital M. He pressed it. You pressed it. You know that the default case of computer is lowercase. Lowercase. So, actually, what is delivered? Lowercase m is delivered. You have seen uppercase M on keyboard, and when you press it, by default, lowercase m is delivered. But in your program, if you think of only uppercase M and all that, it gets unexpected result. That's why you have to think, you have to stretch your brain and think what are the probable options. Then you have to give two, capital M and lowercase m, capital F, lowercase f. For yes and no, capital S, capital Y, lowercase y, capital N, lowercase n. Like that, everywhere where you find two options, then you should be very careful. You should take into consideration of the behavior of the user. Always the generic principle is the customer, the user is a layman, he does not know anything. Based on that, actually, in our studies also, suppose all you are engineering graduates, can I expect same amount of knowledge from you? Suppose 100 people are there, 100 people are having diversified different standards. So, what is common in you? 0. 0 is a common. So, if you give impart training from 0 base, it is universally applicable. Here also, when you are developing systems, always remember that a customer is a layman. In view of layman's knowledge, stand of knowledge, you develop systems. Now, let us come to the code particularly. And in Java, in teaching Java, one big challenge is there, which we never find in other programming languages. What is that? If I have to give some examples to you, then only you can understand that. Then I have to introduce some advanced elements, but I cannot, until unless I use that advanced element, I cannot give this demo to you. That's why the future elements also I am using, just I extract that element and explain. Don't bother about it. As a thumb rule, you learn it here. Whenever that particular concept comes, you learn it thoroughly. That is the approach we follow. Otherwise, we are deprived of learning all these examples. If you don't learn this concept through an example, you cannot own it. So, now let us come to this program, and through command line argument, you are entering only sex is decided, either male or female. So male is designated by M and female is designated by the letter F. Here I have used string instead of character. This also you have to understand. Actually, at command line, whatever element you enter, you may enter M, that is converted as string. You enter 5, that is converted as string. You enter Mohan, that is obviously that is string, that is also. You give a this thing, this is also converted as string. Everything is converted as a string, that you know. In command line arguments I explained that. Now in this program you may enter either M or F, so that is converted as M, and already I told you we have to give two options, capital M, lowercase m. User may use either of capital M or lowercase m, capital F or lowercase f. Now the question is how to compare two strings. For that, one method is there, that is instance method equals instance method of the string class. How you can identify a particular method is an instance method or static method. Already I introduced POW method of math class, square root method of math class. Here what we did, we linked up method name with the class name. These are static methods. In the first chapter in detail I explained, don't skip chapters. If you randomly study, you never become a programmer. That's why based on the previous elements, whatever I taught in the previous chapters, I am giving all this explanation. That's why don't leave even a single concept. This is not college oriented study, this is purely career oriented study. That's why don't skip any concept, don't study randomly, don't study precisely. Until unless master one concept, don't go to the next concept. These are the basic principles you should adopt. Then only you will become a professional. You can derive the benefit out of these studies. Okay, now come to this point. Now how can we compare? Now through command line argument, let us say you entered M, lowercase m. Then how it is converted? It is converted as a string like this and stored here in the sex. String class object is sex. In this M is stored. Now what is happening? Now this is object oriented, that is instance method. That's why this is object or instance, and we are linking up equals method to this. Here we linked up the method with the class, this is static method. We linked up the method with the object, that's why instance method. Now how you are comparing? You have given a string because it was converted as a string, that's why string versus string you have to compare. So this string and this string is compared, then not match, then or that you have written. Now this string and this string is matched, then male is printed. Suppose you entered F at command line, then it is converted as a string object like this, and it is stored here. Now come here. So this statement is not valid, this is not applicable, because with reference to this is false. Now comes to the next statement. Now F string is compared with the capital F and not matched. Now it comes to the R, it comes to this F, both are matched, then female is printed. So in this manner, every time there is no rigid principle and all that. Only thing is you should have common sense, number one. You should have aptitude, number two, and you should understand the standard and practices of the user. Practices, why I am using this word? Suppose being a customer, suppose one date you have to enter 11/12/2015. if we have to enter and all that, then obviously they enter this dash, because years long they have been using this. So you have to take into his consideration, you have to do something for that. It just he cannot enter 11, 12, 2015. The dash or oblique they use. So that is the use of, you do something, to avoid this. He will do that, but in your data this should not come. In this manner, if you are able to develop user friendly programs, the great advantage is your client or customer will be your free publicity agent. For actually publicity agents and all that, you have to pay money, you have to pay commission for the business they procure for you. But a customer like you and all that, then he makes free publicity for you. He treats you how you are treating him as VIP. In turn, your customer or client will treat you as a VIP, because in his business uh, certain areas are covered by you, by your services and all that, and you believe that any problems come in this area, he will take care of. That's why he does not bother about the particular area where you serve. Understand? Then you will be treated as a VIP in view of your client or customer. That's why always you remember, user friendly input is part of this one of the elements. That's why I am focusing this much on this.